The movie opens with Tim, a video game programmer, immersed in his work. But suddenly, he's lost in a painful memory, one that changed his life. We see flashbacks of his wife Olivia, devastated and crying in a hospital bed after suffering a miscarriage. That tragedy shattered their marriage. Olivia needed emotional support, but Tim pulled away. Instead of facing his feelings, he drowned himself in work and used his busy schedule as an excuse to avoid his responsibilities. Olivia, desperate for connection, tried many times to open up to Tim. She felt isolated and emotionally abandoned. Hoping to fix things, she suggested moving to another city to start fresh. But Tim couldn't commit. He was overwhelmed by the delayed launch of his game and simply wasn't ready to face his emotions. Olivia warned him, if they didn't go to Paris, they'd be stuck in this cycle forever. It was clear she'd reached her breaking point. She told him she was leaving for Paris, with or without him. But just as she tried to walk out the door, something terrifying happened. Out of nowhere, a strange black wall appeared, completely sealing off the apartment. They couldn't open the door, and when they looked outside, they saw every window covered in the same black substance. No phone signal. No Wi-Fi. Even the tap water stopped running. It was only a matter of time before they'd run out of food and water. Tim eventually discovered that the mysterious wall reacts to metal. It pulls it in, then violently expels it with enough force to injure him. Olivia tended to his wounds, and for the first time in a while, they started talking again, trying to find a way out of the nightmare they were trapped in. They heard strange sounds coming from the apartment next door. Hoping for answers, they drilled a hole through the wall and made contact with their neighbors, Anna and Marvin, two drug addicts who were also freaking out about the situation. When Tim and Olivia broke through and entered their apartment, they found Anna screaming in fear while Marvin, paranoid and high, attacked Tim thinking he was a threat. Tim managed to subdue him. It turned out Marvin had overdosed and tried to harm Anna. Fearing another incident, Tim tied him up to keep everyone safe. Meanwhile, Olivia, who's an architect, remembered that the building has an old World War II-era bomb shelter in the basement. It might be connected to a tunnel that leads to the street, a possible way out. But to get there, they needed to dig down 3 floors. Without hesitation, Tim smashed through his floor and descended to the apartment below. There, they met Oswald, a sick old man living with his granddaughter Leah. Oswald was suspicious at first, thinking Tim was after his food, and even threatened them with a gun. Eventually, Oswald realized they meant no harm. They were just trying to help everyone survive, and escape whatever terrifying force had trapped them all inside. After convincing Oswald to trust them, Tim and the others continued digging through the floor to reach the lower level, but what they uncover is even more disturbing. Inside the apartment below, they discover that the fire alarm on the ceiling isn't what it seems. Embedded inside it is a tiny surveillance camera. That's when Marvin, still half delirious, blurts out his theory, "We're part of some twisted game, like Squid Game, and Friedman, the building owner, is running the show." Everyone writes off Marvin's theory as drug-fueled paranoia, except Olivia. She insists they need to confront Friedman about the cameras. Coincidentally, his apartment is right next door to Oswald's. So they smash through the wall and break in, only to find Friedman dead on the floor, and both of his hands missing. Panic sets in. Now they believe there's a killer loose in the building. Olivia comforts Tim, while Anna tries to calm Marvin. Oswald and Leah, however, don't seem fazed. They searched the entire apartment and found no one. Maybe there's no killer after all? Tim finds Friedman's phone on the floor. It contains video footage of the black wall surrounding the building, but the clips are cryptic and don't offer any answers. Meanwhile, Olivia stumbles upon a newspaper reporting a massive fire at a nearby tech company. She wonders if it's connected to their situation. Tim brushes it off. It's too far away to be related. But before they can dwell on it, Marvin, being Marvin, busts through the floor and causes everyone to fall into the apartment below. There, they encounter a strange man named Yuri, who claims he was a friend of Antoine, the apartment's previous tenant and a computer programmer. According to Yuri, Antoine had been researching the black wall but died of a sudden heart attack while studying it. Yuri reveals Antoine used a pacemaker, and Tim recalls how his own phone glitched due to the wall's magnetic field. Could the field have interfered with the pacemaker and killed him? Despite Yuri's calm demeanor, no one fully trusts him, especially after he insists they shouldn't try to escape. He believes the wall was built to protect them from the chaos happening outside: wars, collapse, devastation. He claims they're safer trapped inside. No one buys it. They decide to keep moving and finally reach the basement bunker, only to find the tunnel is also sealed by the black wall. Frustrated, Marvin grabs Oswald's gun and fires at it. But the bullets stop midair, repelled by the magnetic field. Tim realizes too late, the bullets are about to be flung back. He yells for everyone to get down, But Oswald doesn't react in time. He's struck and dies instantly. Shaken, the group regathers in Antoine's room. Jean suggests they search Friedman's apartment for anything useful. Leah proposes they also comb through Antoine's research. There might be something in his work about the wall. They split up. Tim, Anna, and Marvin head to Friedman's place. Olivia and Leah investigate Antoine's belongings. Yuri, meanwhile, remains aloof and unbothered. Inside Friedman's apartment, Tim discovers a hidden room, and Marvin finds a remote control. Tim dusts the remote with powder and identifies fingerprint smudges on 4 keys. That narrows the possible passcodes down to 24 combinations. Anna heads off to update Olivia and Leah while Tim starts testing the codes. Meanwhile, Olivia and Leah uncover Antoine's work ID. He was employed at Epsilon, the same tech company that burned down, the one Olivia saw in the newspaper. They question Yuri about it, but he brushes it off, claiming Antoine never talked much about his work. They dig deeper and find Antoine's laptop and phone, both smashed to pieces. Yuri claims Antoine would often destroy things when frustrated with his research. Soon after, they find a piece of paper covered in code. Leah wonders if it could be a key to unlocking the wall. Yuri scoffs at the idea and warns them, if you open that wall, deadly radiation could flood in and kill us all. Before they can respond, Anna returns with urgent news. Olivia and Yuri rush to join the others in Friedman's apartment while Leah continues digging through Antoine's files. Inside the secret room, Tim has managed to unlock the door, and what they discover inside is horrifying. A full surveillance setup. Monitors, hard drives, and footage of every single apartment in the building, including intimate recordings from bedrooms. It becomes painfully clear, Friedman wasn't just a landlord. He was a perverted voyeur, spying on his tenants for who knows how long. Tim slows down one of the videos, trying to pinpoint the exact moment the black wall first appeared. At the same time, Leah enters Antoine's room to confirm his death, and what she finds sends chills down her spine. She lifts the scarf from Antoine's neck and sees clear strangulation marks. He didn't die of a heart attack. He was murdered. Back in Antoine's apartment, the team continues reviewing the surveillance footage. But something's wrong. Yuri is missing. Marvin volunteers to go look for him while Tim and the others stay focused on the tapes. And then they see it, Antoine walking toward the wall, holding his phone, when suddenly, Yuri appears behind him and strangles him to death. At the same time, Marvin discovers Yuri burning Antoine's research, and finds Leah's lifeless body nearby. Horrified, Marvin realizes Yuri killed her. Yuri calmly tells him, I did what I had to do to protect everyone. Before Yuri can strike again, Tim bursts in with a gun and finds him choking Marvin. A brutal fight breaks out, but together, Tim and Marvin overpower Yuri. Tim is about to kill him, but Olivia rushes in and stops him, hoping Yuri still knows how to disable the black wall. They knock Yuri unconscious and tie him to a chair. Olivia is shaken with guilt for leaving Leah alone, but Tim reassures her, it's not her fault. Meanwhile, Anna speculates that Yuri may have killed Antoine because he discovered a way to open the wall. Tim and Olivia search through the burned papers and find fragments of symbols arranged in a clear sequence. It confirms Antoine did find a way out. They wake Yuri and interrogate him. At first, he gives vague answers, insisting, the world outside is poisoned. You're safer in here. But Tim fires a warning shot next to his head, forcing him to talk. Yuri finally confesses, the tech company Epsilon built the wall. It's a next-gen defense mechanism, deployed automatically during emergencies. Yuri believes its appearance means the world is in danger and the wall is protecting them. But Olivia pushes back, if it was truly protective, why did Antoine want out? Yuri says Antoine thought it was a system malfunction caused by the fire at Epsilon. Just then, Anna comes running. She found something in the surveillance footage. They all gather around and watch a video of Antoine working on his laptop. Tim deduces that Antoine created an app designed to unlock the wall. But the video also reveals Yuri destroying both the laptop and phone. Acting fast, Tim retrieves the broken phone and connects it to a computer. He discovers the phone is the key. Antoine had cracked the wall's code. Certain square-shaped bricks act as a digital lock. Now, all they need is the correct unlock pattern. Tim reverse engineers the app and they head to the wall. He opens the program, and the phone's flashlight flickers as it scans the surface. Tim begins pressing squares randomly, and suddenly, the wall reacts. It glows and transforms into a swirling, time-like portal. Anna reaches out and touches it, preparing to pass through. But Marvin panics and tells her to pull her hand back. She turns to him, terrified, I can't. Something's pulling me in. The group rushes to save her, grabbing her arms. But the wall seals shut with a violent snap, cutting Anna in half. Everyone collapses to the ground in shock, and Marvin falls apart completely. Enraged and heartbroken, he grabs a gun, shoots Yuri dead, and then turns it on himself. His life had lost all meaning. Now only Tim and Olivia remain. Sitting on the floor, devastated, they tell themselves they must finish what Antoine started. Re-watching the videos, they uncover the exact method he used to open the wall. With no other option, they try again. But Yuri isn't dead. He attacks Tim from behind and goes after Olivia, who falls into the basement in terror. Tim follows and tackles Yuri, and they race down the tunnel together, Yuri close behind. They reach the wall, and Tim hands Olivia the phone, begging her to open it fast. She triggers the app, and just as the portal opens again, Yuri crashes into them. He and Tim struggle violently, each trying to choke the other. Yuri gets the upper hand and is about to stab Tim, until Olivia slams him in the head with a hammer, finally ending it. Breathing heavily, Tim and Olivia step through the portal. They emerge in the city streets, only to find every building wrapped in the same black wall. They spot their car and quickly drive away. On the radio, they hear an emergency broadcast. The fire at Epsilon triggered the activation of a classified defense system, the Black Wall. Citizens not yet trapped inside are advised to evacuate the city immediately. As they drive into the unknown, one thing is clear. This was only the beginning. If you enjoyed this recap and want more thrilling stories like it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a mystery. Got a film you'd like us to recap next? Drop it in the comments.